So how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Wings of B. And basically on the last stream I say that, I'm basically battling a boss right now, right? But this boss is proving to be pretty hard, right? To the point where I think I've been battling it for literally 5 hours and I still haven't gotten any luck. So basically what I said on the last on the previous stream is that if I can beat this boss right now, well, when I say right now I mean on this stream, I will just take a break from the game. And the reason why I do that is that, well, obviously I don't want to be stuck in the same boss for days. But also, I mean, you might remember that I played Boshi, right? I want to be the Boshi. And a lot of the bosses actually took me hours to beat, like more hours than this. Like, for example, Solgreen took me 15. The Mega Man, I think, took me 10. The Cheetahman also took me close to 15. So basically, why don't I try as hard with this boss? And the reason is because look at that percentage right there. That's basically how far we are in the game. 36% is pretty close to 1/3 of the game. So if I'm struggling this much already before even reaching the half point through the game, then that basically means that it's a problem, right? So all I'm saying is that if I can beat this boss today, I definitely think I'm taking a break from the game. The only reason I could see it otherwise is if I was getting consistently to the last phase. Which I doubt, because being consistent in a fight like this is, I guess, not like in a Touhou fight where, a lot of times even if RNG is present, you still can, do your thing, right? But yeah. Hey Deus, how is it going? Yeah, I basically was talking about how hard this boss is and all of that, right? Also, how was your stream? Because I saw you that you were streaming like not too long ago, right? Like you were streaming, in fact, maybe less than 3 minutes ago, right? Trying LOL K Lunatic no bomb? Damn. Are you saying point device or are you saying legacy? Well, legacy, and you almost got to Shunko? Damn. Holy shit. That's another level. Good stuff. Damn, yeah, I'm pretty far from that level. Like, holy shit, no bomb. Lunatic on that game. That's probably one of the hardest challenge that you can do in Touhou, pretty much, right? Of course, I'm not playing Maris and never will. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. But which character are you using? Because, even if the other characters have good shot types, the thing is that, for example, with Sanae and Raisin, the good thing that they have is pretty much the bomb, right? That's the outstanding tool that they have. But even if the shot type isn't bad, I feel like it's not really something that Sanae, okay. Yeah, Sanae's shot type is good because you can aim from anywhere in the screen. Yeah, exactly. It's really good for stages precisely because of that. You can choose, stay in one place and basically kill every single enemy coming at you. So yeah, Sanae is a really good character for that. Bad timing. Hey Balabis, how is it going? You know, I'm fighting a pretty hard boss. But other than that, I think I'm pretty fine. Yeah, this boss is complete bullshit, by the way. I mean, well, not really. I wouldn't say it's complete bullshit. It's just really hard. I wouldn't say the bullshit kind of hard. It's just hard. Like, that's it. The only problem with Senna is PDH. Yeah, I guess you could say it's probably one of the lowest damages, right? Did I miss you? I mean, you were here like less than a week ago. It's not like you went away for like a whole month, right? You were here not too long ago. By the way, how is the channel going? I should say the channels going in plural. Ha, timid. Not only damage but also defense because she creates a white smoke around her which makes it really hard to see. Oh, I see. A white smoke? Why? A white smoke? Well, I guess the snakes can get pretty hard to tell the bullets apart, though. I didn't really remember it being that intrusive. Yeah, I know, but the focus shot type is the snakes. So, you know. Well, I guess if there's a lot of snakes, then yes. This time I want you to tell me how do you think my channel's going. I mean, I've seen it the same as it's been for quite a while, right? Like, I see you uploading videos, they get quite a chunk of views, and yeah, I feel like that's fine, right? I mean, after all, not many can pull those views, so I wouldn't say it's going bad. But you know, I mean, obviously it doesn't reach the numbers that it used to have, but that's that's understandable. Because obviously a lot of content that people watch can be uploaded anymore if you want to be monetized, which is pretty much tournament footage, right? So considering that, I wouldn't say that it's going bad at all. You know, obviously if you want the monetization to be a thing, it's gonna be impossible to upload tournament footage. So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily bad. It creates a white thing that is quite distracting. Interesting. I think I never paid attention to that. Why did I get hit? YouTube is demonetizing everyone for no reason since a few months. Yeah, I know. Basically, Balabis got hit by something like that. Basically, his channel that was a fighting game tournament, you know, highlight channel got demonetized because the tournament footage, right? So he basically had to take all of that down and just upload footage straight from the game. like, you know, online replays and all of that, because otherwise it was impossible for him to get monetized, which is really fucked up. But yeah, basically he was struggling for months, because, you know, he tried and a lot of times YouTube denied the monetization, even though he actually, you know, had every requirement. So yeah, YouTube is being a piece of trash. But, you know, I feel like YouTube being a piece of trash is nothing really new, right? I mean, YouTube is obviously not what it was before. And when I say before, I mean a long time ago, when broadcast yourself was actually a motto that actually made sense. Like, it actually, you know, had actually had importance, right? The fact that you upload what you want, and you wouldn't have to be ashamed or, you know, have to worry about the type of content that you upload, as long as, well, it's not illegal or pornographic, right? But right now it seems that any major thing that the YouTube people don't like is enough to, you know, put your channel into risk. Lost any hope? 4 months ago I thought it was over. Yeah, well, 4 months ago it definitely was a pretty bad situation, because it seemed like YouTube really did not give a shit, regardless of you having the requirements to get monetized. It seemed that YouTube didn't care, but in the end we pulled through. Well, I mean, you pulled through successfully, so, you know, I guess it's not that bad, right? I'm glad I was here during that era. The old YouTube was really amazing and I enjoyed it a lot. Just glad I was able to, at that time, really things never last anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's the bad thing, right? It's impossible for something good to last forever. Because at some point, something that is really good attracts interest from people that have no business being there. In this case, Google, right? YouTube got so powerful that it attracted the interest of Google. And Google basically did the best that they could to completely obliterate YouTube. So, yeah, basically fuck Google for messing with something that they had no business messing with. You know, a lot of times you might think that Google is not that bad, right? Google is trash, and in fact the only thing that I will give Google merit for is the fact that they have the best search engine in the world, and the fact that they also have the best cartography in the world, right? The fact that they have Google Maps. Those are two things that they have no competition, right? And they made an amazing show, but you know, they are still trash as a company. So yeah, they get no sympathy from me. Gmail is pretty good. Well, the thing about Gmail is that it actually has competition, right? Like, there is a lot of other mail services. The thing about Gmail is that it got really popular when Hotmail turned into a piece of trash. Like, you see Hotmail and you really, like, you ask yourself, how did this happen, right? Like, how did Hotmail went to the trash that fast? And then you remember that it was bought by Microsoft. And then it makes sense. It makes sense how it went to the dumpster so fast. And that's the only reason why Gmail is so popular nowadays. Because Hotmail is hot trash. Well, it's not even Hotmail after all. It's Outlook. That's the thing. But ever since Microsoft bought it, Hotmail has been complete garbage. And the most amazing part is that you might think, okay, it's really bad, but it can't get any worse. No, it absolutely can get worse. And in fact, it did, and it keeps getting worse. Which is, you know, again, the reason why so many people have switched to Gmail. You know, Yoga Flame 24, he'll last only replaced for 9 years and he's very successful. I mean, in 1 year, so we get there. Yeah, you know, again, this is something that I always say, but it's just a matter of time. So you just gotta have patience, I guess. Hotmail was really bad from the beginning. Hotmail was shit well before MS was involved. Yeah, but the thing is that you have to take a look at the alternatives, right? I mean, Hotmail is trash, yes, and it was probably trash before, but when you look at the alternative that was pretty much Yahoo, I mean, you're basically comparing trash to nuclear waste. So if you had to pick between trash and nuclear waste, you would probably pick trash. Obviously, since Gmail existed and it was actually decent, you obviously are gonna, you know, get out of the trash and you're actually gonna use something decent. But yeah, even if Hotmail was bad since the beginning, it didn't really had any serious competition, right? Also, how is it going? Yummy. Gmail destroyed all. Yeah, because basically, I mean, Gmail basically showed everyone that being, you know, a mail service was something that was possible without being complete garbage, right? Because a lot of people, you know, when Hotmail was the king of mails, basically a lot of people thought that, okay, it can get much better than this. And then Gmail all of a sudden was like, hey, do you know that you can actually hold 1 gigabyte of storage for free? And when that happened, yeah, when that happened is when Hotmail was like, oh shit, someone actually decent has appeared as competition. This is gonna be bad. And yeah, it indeed was bad for Hotmail, but then again, they deserve it. In any case, my initial point here was that I mean, Google has a lot of good things, right? But they are still a pretty bad company. And a lot of us should be careful about it, because Google is a company that has so much power that it's scary. It's just scary because even if it's, let's say that Google is not in bad hands now, right? Like, let's say that the one at the head of Google is actually decent, right? And it won't do anything bad with everything they have, right? At some point the head is gonna change, and when the head changes, all that power that they have is gonna be a problem. So it's good that Google products are so good, but gotta be careful. About to end this man host career, yeah, pretty much. And that's what Google did with a lot of stuff too, like, because Google keep releasing things that were clearly better than the competition. And in YouTube's case, it's like they acquire something that was clearly better than the competition, right? So it's like they have no competition in anything they do, or at least, well, almost anything they do. So that's not good, because that's basically how monopolies form, right? Well, I mean, it's not the only way they form. There's also a lot of monopolies that are monopolies because they are the only, like the first and only thing at the time, right? But Google here, I really fear them, because it can become a problem at any time, right? They have so much data, right? They have so much power that it's just scary to think about it. I'm gonna play Ultra Street Fighter 4. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play it at some time. I don't know when. Although, as I said at the beginning of this stream, I'm gonna try to stop playing this game if I don't defeat this boss today. So I won't promise that on the next stream I'll be able to play Street Fighter, but I guess we can play it sometime. Those flames are really dealing damage. Yep, the flames are really annoying here. The flames are incredibly annoying. And they are the reason why a lot of easy patterns turn hard, right? So a lot of these patterns shouldn't be, like, for example, well, I mean, yeah, obviously the wind will be completely useless if it wasn't for the flames. But like, for example, this one, right? Well, I mean, the flames just disappeared, but wow, and I still got fully hit by it even without flames. That's pretty funny, right? I got hit by the lightning even without the flames. So that attack with the flames, whew, you don't wanna deal with that. On PS4 I made only one Argentinian in Ultra Street Fighter 4, guess his name? I have no clue. Gabnicus? Damn. I wonder if it's another... if it shares the same name that I have. Or maybe that's a character that I don't recognize from some franchise that I also don't recognize. Yeah. I wonder. I mean, my name is not really that common. Well, I mean, it's not like it's rare. I wouldn't say it's rare, but I wouldn't say it's common either. Or at least not that I think of. I don't think it's that common. Ah, you piece of shit. So it's you? No, I'm basically... I think I'm just Gabby on Steam. Basically the same as my Twitch name without the OC. Because the good thing about Steam is that it lets you use repeated names, right? So even if there is someone that has an account that is called Gabby, I can use it as well. Which is really good. Because that means that I don't have to think about stupid names. Oh, fuck. So that's... whew. Alright. So this is the third phase. Which is pretty exciting. Although that's a little bit relative, because I'm gonna get instantly killed here. So it's not that exciting, I guess. Well, at least I got to 20%. But yeah. Damn, this boss is... It really is something else, huh? Nice. But yeah. Yeah, thankfully Steam is one of those things that still is not owned by Google. I'm really glad of that, because that will completely suck. Can you imagine the amount of games that will get censored? Like, you might not realize it, but you know the amount of, adult games that there are on Steam? There are a lot of them. So, if Google actually bought Steam, you can basically kiss goodbye to any of those games. Thinking our own names is so exhausting, frustrating every time I need to embed a name. Yeah, that's usually the problem when you can enter a repeated name, which is the reason why things like Steam and Discord are so good, right? Because you don't need to worry about that. If you want to use a name, that's totally fine. You can use it with no problem. But yeah, when you actually have to think of a unique name that was never used before, it's like, come on, dude. I'm here to play, I'm not here to, think of a name. Because obviously you don't want to use a name that you are gonna hate afterwards, right? Like, you want to use a name that you are satisfied with. And sometimes you can't get it, because so many names that you want to use are already used. And my name is a real issue, because a lot of people have my username, because it's a pretty, common alias, right? For people that share my name. So, yeah. I just had to... I mean, the fact that Gabi Oshi was even available is really good. But that usually is not even available either. So you just have to use all this combination of numbers, of letters, that ultimately looks like shit just because your name is not available. But yeah, thankfully that's not the case in Twitch. I mean, it wasn't the case for me. You still need a unique name, but yeah. At least I could have it. Took me 1 month to think about this word. Yeah. Basically, I also feel that because I'm not a really creative person, right? So a lot of times it becomes hard to, do anything, right? Like, for example, the emote, like, the sub emote that I have right now, that is literally just a finger and nothing else. I want to change it, but I can't think of anything good enough. And it's not like I'm lazy and I didn't think about it. I tried to think really hard about it, and I just can't. I'm really not a creative person, so things like that are so hard for me. So, for people that are actually creative, like, you don't know how valuable it is. You might not think it's valuable, but it's so valuable. Oh, I got hit by the damn fire, damn it. Yeah, being creative is pretty valuable. So, always appreciate it. Damn it, this fucking attack. It's hard to surprise people even if you are creative. That's true. But it's easier than when you are not. That's for sure. But yeah, it's coming to a point where being creative is... It seems to be increasingly hard, right? Because anything that you can think of... Well, not obviously not literally anything, but a lot of the things that you can think of is something that, especially with the fact that internet exists, is something that you can quickly check if someone had already done something similar, right? So if you do something that is creative by definition, but there are like 10 other people that already did it, it's like, damn, I guess it's not that creative, right? Even though it is, it's just that obviously people are not surprised by it because they already seen it. But like, for example, if you think to yourself, oh, I'm gonna make a game, you know, where basically you have to pick up blocks from the ground and build your own things, right? Well, Minecraft already exists, so yeah, good luck trying to impress anyone with a game like that. And even if you impress someone with a game like that, good luck trying to not be called a Minecraft clone. So yeah, it's becoming hard to become creative, but yeah, that's because of the availability of information. Obviously, before the internet was a lot harder to know if something existed or not. So you could, you know, surprise people just by sheer ignorance, right? So you could present something and be like, look at this, and people that didn't know any better will be like, damn, that's really good. But yeah. The boss looks totally doable. I mean, it is doable. The problem is that you gotta get lucky. So, yeah, it's obviously doable. It's just that you need a good run. If you can get a good run, it's not gonna work. Be right back, alright. Nice. Oh, I forgot that you did that. Remember having to look at encyclopedias and going to libraries? Yeah. Yeah, basically reading books is trash. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that completely despises books. I hate books. To me, books are complete garbage. Which is one of the reasons why I'm so thankful about the internet, right? Because imagine having to read a 500 pages book just to find the little piece of information that you are looking for, right? I completely despise books. To me, they are nothing but trash. But then again, that's just to me, obviously. Oh, damn it, those... It hit me twice. Wow, what a piece of trash, alright. Visual novels? Yeah, I sadly don't like those either, so... I just hate reading. I hate reading long amount of tests. It's just so boring to me. So it doesn't matter the format. If I have to read a big amount of tests, I'm probably gonna hate it regardless of if it is a visual novel, a book, or, you know, whatever, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like reading books. Because, again, it's... I don't know, it's just boring. I mean, obviously it wasn't boring when there wasn't anything better, right? Like, you know, years ago when electronic devices were out of the question. Well, obviously reading books was pretty much one of the only forms of entertainment that you had. But nowadays it's like, why the fuck will I even bother opening a book? And that also includes knowledge, right? I mean, I'm a programmer, so anything that you can find in a book, you can pretty much find it in Google. Like, just, you know, if you don't know how to use a specific function of a specific programming language, no problem, just Google it. Right? Like, whatever. So, yeah. And that's also the reason why I don't like libraries that don't have a solid documentation online, right? Because there's some libraries that, when I say libraries, I mean, you know, frameworks, right? That kind of stuff. So basically, when I say there are some libraries that the only documentation is this huge ass book that has like 500 pages that you need to read, and there's not, you know, any page that has a simple, you know, documentation where you can just browse through the functions or through anything, right? So when that happens, I'm like, yeah, your library might be really good, but I'm not wasting my time reading your sorry ass book. Like, come on. Programmer, like, you have a developer shop? Yeah, basically that's my daytime job. Like, before I start the stream, I basically come back from work. I pretty much develop programs for banks. Although, that's pretty much like what the company mostly does. Like, it's not necessarily for banks, but, you know, most of our clients are banks, so yeah. Auto-generated documentation without comments. Yeah, those also are the best, right? Welcome to the club. I just do mobile apps. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I don't really think I will be that good doing mobile apps, considering that I don't even have a cell phone in the first place, right? So, yeah. It wouldn't be a smart thing to do. But, you know, doing web apps is something that I can definitely do. And it's in fact what I do, right? One giant page with microscopic scrollbar only containing method signatures. Yeah. That's pretty much the documentation. It's pretty funny sometimes how shitty the documentation of some libraries can be. Almost funny, although I guess it's way more frustrating than funny, but you know, have to look at the bright side, right? It is surprisingly harder than I thought. I mean, programming is basically hard, but not for the programming itself. Like, programming a lot of times is hard because you're not really clear on what you wanna do, because, you know, sometimes the client doesn't cooperate that much, so you really don't know what they want, and they also don't seem like they know what they want, right? So you're just walking around in circles trying to find out what the hell they want, And in the meantime, you also have to develop that. You have to develop something that you don't even know how it's supposed to look like, right? So the hardest part about programming is actually finding out what you want to do or what you need to do. Programming itself is not that hard because it's pretty much, I mean, it's pure logic with, you know, some technicality here and there, but for the most part, it's not that hard. Although it also obviously depends on the technologies that you are using, right? If you're using a really old technology or a technology that has no documentation, then it can be pretty hard, right? But, you know, hopefully that's not the case. Function parameters. Yeah, like it seems like a lot of libraries think that having, you know, a list with the functions and the signature is just enough for you to like, oh, this does this thing and this other one does this other thing, right? Although sometimes having a function list is pretty, you know, appreciated, right? Obviously, sometimes that's not even the case, right? Sometimes you don't even have that kind of documentation without reading a book. So, yeah. The point is that documentation is pretty important. So if you write a framework or a library yourself, release, keep that in mind. Documentation is extremely important. And if you just write a program and not a library, but you know, you write a program that can be maintained by others, even if you don't make any comment in the code or anything like that, like make sure that the code you write is understandable, right? Like make sure that you name the variables with a meaningful name. Make sure you also name the functions with a meaningful name. Make sure you don't do any unnecessary structures. I know it's hard, it's obviously not easy, but it really helps, and sometimes it's not that hard either. Like, you know, sometimes thinking for the appropriate name of a variable or a function might be hard. Like, I understand that, but you gotta understand that it only takes like 5 minutes at worst, and you have to be thinking really hard for that to not come out in less than 5 minutes. So those 5 minutes that you use to name that variable can basically save the next programmer half an hour or even more of just looking through the code to understand what the hell you try to do, right? So yeah. Although I guess a lot of people just like to, you know, watch the world burn. So if you're one of those people, then sure, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. You can just name A, B, foo, bar. Yeah, you can name them that way if you just want to watch the world burn. You can just do that. No problem. But yeah, if you actually care about the poor programmer that is going after you, then yeah, you just want to do that. Because that's also one of the hardest things about writing code, right? I mean, writing code that works is not the biggest challenge. Like, the biggest challenge is writing code that works and it's also understandable, right? So anyone can write code that works. In fact, a lot of people don't even need to write them themselves. They can just copy paste it from the internet, right? So basically, just take your time to code and make sure that whoever comes next doesn't have to be scratching through the code for like 2 hours to actually understand what the hell is going on, right? That's my advice, obviously. You don't need to follow it, but you know, it is appreciated when you do that. And most of the times, especially if you work in team projects, a lot of people actually know who, you know, committed who, right? So a lot of people know who wrote the code that they are seeing. So if you wanna, you know, be respected as a programmer, it also helps because people will definitely know when it's you. So yeah. Obviously, if you're writing programs for yourself and you're an indie developer, then yeah, you shouldn't care about code at all, probably. Like about, you know, code readability, right? I mean, as long as you understand yourself, which that's also another challenge, right? A lot of times you just don't code for a long time and you just forget about the code, obviously. So if you don't have anything meaningful in the code that makes it easy to understand what you're doing, it doesn't matter if you wrote that yourself. You're probably not gonna understand what you did. But yeah. Anyways, I guess that's my little rant about code readability. I always try to do my best. Obviously, sometimes it's really hard to make a readable code with what you are presented with, right? But you know, you can always do your best. Oh, fuck. In any case, I'm still struggling with this boss, which is pretty sad, because it seems that after 6 hours it's still not something that I gotten used to at all. Oh, I'm one hit away, nice. Really like when I'm one hit away from dying. And the next attack are the rocks. That's the best situation to be in. It really is the best, huh? Well, it's only gonna be a matter of time. Like, time will tell if I can defeat this boss today or not. Hopefully I can, because it might not look like it, right? I really wanna beat this game. But, you know, if I struggle this much just against this boss that is not even close to being the last one, then I should just, you know, stop. Why did that hit me? Damn, and I'm already more than halfway damaged. That's no good. I hate the hitbox of that attack. It's not like it's particularly hard, but sometimes it feels a lot bigger than the sprite, right? Huh. Also, I should probably... I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like I should change my chair. It's been a little bit uncomfortable lately. Maybe it's because I used it so much, so it's wearing off or something like that. I hate how chokeable this attack is, because it's an easy attack, but if you screw up, you're literally dead. I mean literally in-game, obviously. I don't think it kills you in real life. I mean, this is not Sword Art Online after all, thankfully. Oh, that's such a shitty luck. Because basically I went from one corner to the other, and then she decides to use the ice platforms attack, where you basically have to be far away from the corners to avoid the initial wave of fire. So yeah, that really sucked. Seems that as soon as the rock attack begins, you should probably go to one of the corners, like right here. Problem is that you don't want to find her right there. But I guess if you go below her, it's no problem, right? Or at least it shouldn't be a problem. I guess that's the strat for the rocks. But yeah, it heavily depends on how the terrain is and where she spawns. I guess in that case this attack might be the hardest one for me right now. The water one. Because dodging 3 of those things is definitely not easy. Like, it's not. Oh. Yeah, that was pretty much an easy rocks attack because there was no fire on the ground. Okay. So we have another one of these. Problem is that I'm one hit away from dying. As always, I mean... Oh, I'm definitely dead, yeah. I couldn't go to the corner from there because I was too far away. Because the corner that was right there had a fire. Well, the good thing, Deus, is that you really didn't miss anything. I mean, I'm still dying the same way I was dying. Good luck, you will make... Thanks. I feel like that's an overly optimistic view on a boss like this, but you know, that's fine. Today's the day. I hope that's the case. How is it going, Mr. Oldon? There is no corner here. No corner without fire, that is. Oh, and of course... That's such a shitty RNG. Like, when you have fire in the corner, it's pretty much game over. Because if you're getting hit by the wind attack, it's probably the hardest attack to dodge when you have no corner. Yeah, did I really get hit by that? I hate that wind attack so much. See, like the wind attack here, it's incredibly easy when you are right on a corner. But if you are far from it, or if there is a flame right on the corner, then yeah, get fucked. Pretty much how it works. This is gonna suck. That's too much damage. Too much damage to even bother with the second wave. Yeah, I really get hit by that. I mean, it's so hard to see when you get hit by the flames and when you not. Okay, bring it on. That hit right there. Damn, that was enough to hit me. If only your hitbox wasn't this big. If only your hitbox was a little bit smaller, I will be able to dodge shit like that. But I'm not. Your hitbox is definitely pretty huge for fights like this. Oh, I didn't even see that fire. That's also something that is pretty frustrating when the size of every flame is different. So sometimes if you're not literally like seeing the flame, you might think there's nothing there. I mean, obviously you should probably always look at the flame, but you can't sometimes. Like, you can't just exclusively pay attention to what's on the floor when there are so many crazy stuff flying all around, right? You just can't. That's the kind of shit that I hate. I fucked that up. Damn it. Yeah, I just want to say it again, just in case you didn't hear. I'm taking a break from this game if I can beat this boss today. Just repeating it, just in case. I tried to land as fast as I could just to jump again. It turns out it wasn't fast enough. Maybe this wouldn't be such a shitty experience if I actually put Touhou music in the background. It's such a pain in the ass to do that. I mean, it's not a pain in the ass for one song, it's a pain in the ass for, you know, when one song ends and another one begins, right? Like, you will have to be actively switching songs, and I really don't want to do that. Like, regardless of the method that you use, right? So you can either turn the games on the music room, or you can go to YouTube. Regardless of the one you pick, you need to you know, change the music yourself, which I'm not gonna do. So yeah, nice. I got hit twice by the same attack. That's also something that I absolutely love. I wish, you know, since Sun actually bothers having a music room, it would be great if he had functionality to, you know, switch the song every, you know, I don't know, 3 minutes or so that you could listen to all of the songs. Like, you know, basic player functionality, right? I guess that's a lot to ask. But it will be great. I mean, it will give the music room more of a purpose than it has right now. I mean, sure, the comments are nice and everything, but I don't want to go to YouTube to listen to Touhou music, right? But the thing is that I absolutely do, especially when I am at my workplace, right? Oh, she spawned that platform right above me. Damn it. Oh, I think I will take that. Still better than getting hit 3 times in the rocks attack. So, you know, I'll take it. And you had to blow the wind on the opposite side. Why not? Well, at least I'm right next to the wall now. Water. Didn't know what direction to dodge that. And I still don't know, but that's fine. My question is, have I been able to dodge a single pattern on the third phase? Oh, and the rocks. Why not? I almost dodged it though. It's like as soon as the third phase starts, it's just hopeless. Just completely hopeless. Like, up until the third phase, I can do well, right? The third phase starts and it's just everything goes to the toilet. Everything. Oh, fuck you. And the fact that the first wind direction is completely random is also really fucked up. As far as I know, right? I'm pretty sure the wind is random. Because at first you might think that, well, maybe the wind blows in the direction she's looking at, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's completely random. Can someone confirm that? Because if it's not random, that will change a lot of stuff. Oh, I didn't know the rock was still active. I guess I didn't see it. Then again, the rocks, like at least the little rocks, sometimes they merge a little bit too well with the background. I mean, it's not always the case, but... nice. Oh, this is really bad. Well, I guess I got a really good place for that. Oh, fuck. Of course you're gonna use this fucking attack. Oh no. Wait. Damn it. I can't believe that just happened. I know it might not be obvious what just happened, but basically I touched the touchpad and it switched to the mouse for some reason. I disabled that. Come on. Why is that shit happening again? I'm pretty sure I completely disabled that. Man, what a way to ruin the perfect run. Because this run so far was... Okay. I don't know what I have to do, but I'm gonna disable that trash. Right now. Before it happens again. What the hell happened? Like, I'm pretty sure I disabled that. How do I disable this bullshit? Why would I want to use the touchpad anyways? Who the hell uses the touchpad? I'm so pissed right now. I don't know. Like, the options don't seem to be... I really don't know how to completely disable it. Doesn't seem like you even can, which again is complete bullshit. Because this thing, like, how do I disable it? Oh, an image? What's this? Yeah, I know. I have it like that, and it did not work because it seems like. It says use for controls, but every time I touch it, like when I move it, it doesn't move, but when I touch it, it actually clicks. Like, why? How the fuck do I completely disable this? Doesn't look like I even can. Multi-touch unbound, did that work? Of course it didn't work. Of course it did not work. Why would it even work? You have no unbind? No, you have two unbind. But again, well, I guess it's right here. But left touch. Oh, I get it. You have to double click on the thing that you want and press unbound. That's incredibly unintuitive, by the way. But yeah, I think that's how you do it. I hope that's how you do it. Upper touch? Why would you even... Okay, you know what? Whatever. Let's just unbound anything related to this piece of trash. But it seems like it keeps happening. Or maybe it's because I'm touching it. Okay, so now if I put save profile here, right? I hope that I didn't change anything else, but let's say that I put save profile now. Oh yeah, an upper touch, that's the thing. Okay, it seems like it works now. Or at least hopefully, right? It doesn't seem like it's changing. I mean, I realize that for some people being able to move their cursor with the touchpad might be something that is mind-blowing. But why would you use your touchpad in expense of your mouse? Because I'm pretty sure that if you're playing on a PC, you have an available mouse to use, right? Like, I will assume. And even if you don't have a mouse, you probably have a keyboard. I mean, if you don't have a keyboard, you can't operate a computer effectively. So, that's so dumb. And that was such a good run. I wish I can replicate that run. But that was the perfect run and it was completely ruined by this touchpad bullshit. It's so useless. Yeah, and that's the most fucked up thing. You have 4 different things. Multi-touch, left touch, right touch, and upper touch. Those are 4 different things. Like 4 different commands. And if you don't unbound every single one of them, you basically will have a functioning touchpad as a mouse for no reason. And again, it's not intuitive. It's not like you have a button or a checkbox that says disable touchpad. You just have to press the list of inputs where it says multi-touch, left touch, right touch. You have to double click that. And then you have a huge ass mouse and keyboard. And then you have a little button on a side that says unbound. You have to press that. Alright. You know what? I'm glad it's gone now. The problem is that I don't think I can do another run like that again. Like, wasn't that run basically the fact that I didn't get touch almost like before I got to the 3rd phase? So it really was the perfect run. Damn, if that's gonna cost me... Anyways, that's already in the past. Have them all to push to talk. You talk in video games? Alright. I never really liked, you know, using voice chat at all in video games. But, you know, I guess to each their own. I find it pretty interesting how a lot of people do find it useful. In any case, thanks for the tips on how to disable this trash. Really glad. When playing with others, yeah, I guess I just don't play with anyone unless it's a friend, right? I don't really like playing with strangers. Or, I should correct myself. I don't like playing to strangers when I have to communicate, right? If it's a competitive game, like, you know, a fighting game or something, then yeah, I don't give a shit. But if I have to, cooperate and communicate with other people, yeah, I don't like it unless they are, you know, friends. But I guess, yeah, if you use it for that, then it's pretty useful. I mean, after all, I don't think push to talk will really get in the way. Oh, not really with randoms, I see. Yeah, it makes sense. That was the perfect run. I know I should stop thinking about it, but that really was the perfect run. I don't think I can get another run like that. Especially considering that getting a run like that took me literally 6 hours. Or 7, I think. I lost count. What a piece of shit. I really don't know who did that and thought, yeah, it's a good idea to map the multi-touch to a mouse. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna find that useful instead of annoying, right? Like, whatever, I shouldn't complain about that right now. Instead, I should save my energies to complain about the boss. Like, if I'm gonna complain about something, might as well complain about something that is happening right now, instead of something that already happened. Damn, that was a pretty nice dodge. That's the wrong way. And of course I get hit by the way she throws. Well, at least we got to the third phase, but obviously a run like this is not nearly as good as the one that we had last time. Oh fuck. How am I even supposed to dodge that? How am I even supposed to dodge that? Well, I guess you are not. Although in all honesty, if I had an attack like that with the previous run, like with the good run, I'm pretty sure I would have died anyways. Because I got hit like a lot more times than I should have. Nice. And now what? And of course the unreactable lightning gets me. So it was the death attack. Not this one, but you know. Oh, there it is. There is the dead attack. But really getting into the third phase with no hits or only one hit, it's something that it's really bad. I mean, having to perfectly do the third phase, that ain't gonna work. And why did the frame rate completely fucked up there? I mean, I probably would have gotten hit anyways. But still. Okay, at least it seems like this is enough to at least dodge that flame. Of course, I get hit by both the lightning and the flames. Guess why not? That was pretty bad movement from me. I was also incredibly shitty RNG, as I had fire on both corners. Can you stop getting hit on the first 10 seconds of the fight? Or is that too much to ask? Yeah, I guess it is too much to ask, alright. Nice. Nope. No, I refuse to continue on a try like that. Or I should say an attempt like that. Seems like you can hit her a maximum of like 6 times or something when she summons the schools. Although you can hit her before that. Like a little bit before that happens and it will also work. And you can accumulate obviously a lot more damage from that. Nice. Oof. Okay. Now this is a good run. So let's try to avoid the dead laser, please. Okay. Of course you do this. Oh, we actually dodged that. Impressive. That's really hard to dodge, holy shit. Nice spawn. Pretty nice spawn. The problem is that would have been an amazing damage when she summoned the fire. So that was really close. Like, that was closer than it looked. And I can't blame the gamepad for that, so... Hesitating on those ice platforms attack, it's a bad idea, but sometimes you can't help it, really. Oh, I know why that previous attempt was so good, because it didn't have any rocks, right? Like, it didn't have any rock attack, as far as I know, or as far as I remember, that is. So that's why it went so good from beginning to end. Because it never attacked me with the rocks. Interesting, now it makes sense. Huh. The rocks again. Nice. I dodged the whole thing. Oh, fuck. That fire was pretty hard to dodge. Sadly, because that's like the maximum damage that you can take in this fight, other than the death ray, obviously. More rocks. Well, ain't that beautiful? And no, it's not beautiful, by the way. So basically, she used the rock attack 3 times on that fight. And she used it 0 times on the previous one. As far as I know. So, yeah, it's a pretty big difference. Might not look like a terrible difference, but it is pretty big. In fact, in that previous run, she used a lot of the ice platforms attacks, which is the reason why she didn't use much of the rocks. Quite unfortunate. Oh, nice. I'm at the right place. Oh, I'm not at the right place now. Whew. Damn, what a dodge. Lightning. Nice. This sucks. Well, if I just do short hops, yeah, it's gonna work. Yeah, I really don't expect to react to that at all. And I got hit by... Why did I got hit by that? Come on. It wasn't even a hard pattern like the previous time. That was an easy one. Bad run. Especially because of that rocks attack. Yeah, like, it seems like when I don't get the rock attack, it has the potential to be an amazing run. And for the most part it is. That's the saddest thing, right? And it's not like I haven't figured out at all how to do the rocks. It's just that it's way harder than the rest, for sure. Like, you can't just look at that attack and tell me that it's as difficult as the rest. It's way harder than the rest. I guess the water one is a little bit close, but at least with the water one, a lot more predictable, right? And even if the rocks are predictable because they are aimed, the terrain heavily influences it, like even more than the water. And yes, even if that lightning attack is really hard as well to dodge the first time, at least it's pretty common for the lightning attack to only hit you once, which is the first time it gets fast. But the rocks can hit you multiple times and you can't do shit about it. Nice. Not nice. Damn, I had all the screen to dodge that because there weren't any flames on the ground. Wow. Literally got hit by the same attack twice. With the same conditions and everything. That's the funniest part about it. try to focus. I think that the most annoying things to happen in a fight like this is when you get hit within the first 10 seconds. Because you know you have to reset. Like, why would you even want a run where you got hit on the first seconds, right? Might as well just restart, not like you did anything in the first place, right? And of course the flame that is right next to me is the last one to turn off. Nice. You're back. Good stuff. As you can see, nothing changed, and nothing will change. Don't worry about it. It probably won't change. So yeah. Well, I mean, it won't change this stream, that is. That's the good part. So annoying. You know what? I'm still gonna be at the wall here. Don't want none of that shit. Oh, I need to get off the wall right there. Rage mode is when the fight starts. Before that, it's to bait you into thinking the boss isn't that bad. Yeah, the problem is that me entering in rage mode doesn't change anything, right? It won't make my character stronger. It will just make me more frustrated and with less hope to actually, you know, beat the game, right? So it's kind of like it's the opposite effect that the boss has when she enters rage mode. The wine was still active, nice. It was still active at those last seconds and it made me get hit. Sure. So I'm just gonna say it. This theme is trash. And I know that I already say that the music in general seems completely uninspired, but this theme, like, you're having an elemental battle against an angel and this is the best that you can come up with. That's fine, whatever. I mean, not everyone can be Sun after all. But yeah, the theme is trash. And so is the last third of the fight. I mean, I can probably say that about the whole fight, but again, it's not necessarily a bad fight. That's the problem, right? I can't say this is a bad fight, but it just goes too overboard with the difficulty. Like, a fight this hard will make sense for a sub-boss, right? A sub-final boss, I mean. But not for a boss that isn't even halfway through the game. That's just ridiculous. Oh, I can go to the right. Whatever. I will just dodge it right there. What do you think about USF4 online Blanka players who just spam Blanka rollball? I hate Blanka and I hate Blanka players, so I don't know if that answers your question. It probably does. But yeah, basically Blanka players are as trash as their character. Sorry, if there is any Blanka player out there, but Blanka is trash. And so are the ones who play it. It's like you're not even playing the same game. You're here playing Street Fighter and Blanka is playing whatever the fuck he wants. He's playing Puyo Puyo Tetris. Right? Doesn't give a shit about what you play. He plays his own game. So yeah, basically fuck Blanka. If that's your question. Yeah, Puyo Puyo, you know, right? Yeah, it's like Blanka is playing his own game. Which game, you might ask? I don't know which game Blanka is playing, but it's definitely not playing the same game as most of the rest of the cast. And I say most because there are a lot of characters that just like Blanka, they don't give a shit about the game, they just play their own game. Elena is a pretty big example of that. Elena doesn't give a shit about the game. She just plays, you know, something else. But definitely not Street Fighter. Anyway, sorry if there was any Blanka player out there that got offended, but you gotta understand that your character is trash. And, you know, when I say trash, I don't mean overpower. I mean Blanka is clearly not overpowered. It's just trash. It's not fun to play against. I mean, that's it, really. It's just not fun to play against. Oh, that's right, there's 4 of those. Oh, that's way too fast. Holy shit. Damage limit. Damage limit. Invincibility. Invincibility. Yeah, right at the end. Right at the end, damage invincibility. Hey, Mage. Who is it going, Mage? Sorry, I'm really salty. I hope you understand. You probably understand though. I mean, you play this kind of games all day, so you probably understand what it is to feel like this, right? This salty. Okay. Every 10 matches I lose 8 to any Blanka and get so mad. I know. I mean, losing to Blanka, if someone that doesn't know Street Fighter wants to know what it feels to play against Blanka, it's basically what it feels to lose like that. Like the way I just did. Right? That's how it feels to play against a Blanka in a Street Fighter. Except, you know, in Blanka's case, I feel like it's even worse. Because at least in this game, even if you know, even if it's pretty hard to defeat this boss, you can kind of fight back. Even if you don't completely defeat it, you can, you know, deal a lot of damage. If you fight a Blanka that knows how to be annoying, you don't have any control on the fight and you just get killed. So yeah. The last few weeks have been garbage in terms of fun games. Damn. Yummy talking trash, huh? Damn. Only few weeks. I see. Yeah. Fun games are something else, right? Pretty much play all the old games. Is that because you play all of the new games, or is it because you just prefer the way they were done before? Most new fun games that come out don't really appeal to me. Are they mostly based on Needle, or how is it? Like what are your kind of fun games? Still alive somehow. Lightning. Damn it. It probably wouldn't have been enough either. I'm pretty sure that she will just get invincibility after that. Pretty sure that sentiment is shared amongst most of the community, or at least will be soon. Fun games dying. I don't mind Needle or avoidance, but most of it is just repetitive stuff, or the avoidance is complete bullshit. I see. There's really good games nowadays. I gotcha. I mean, I really didn't play many fun games, so I don't know, but I understand. Music is kind of stressing. It is, because instead of actually having good transition between phases, this stoner called Solgreen only made the music faster. And making the music faster doesn't work. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't work. Like, why can't you learn from a game like, for example, I'm gonna mention a popular example, like Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, at least Dark Souls 3, when a phase changed, the whole melody changed, or like the melody got added instruments, right? Like it got added vocals or things like that. I know that that's more expensive to do, but like, come on, making the music faster is such a shit way to do it that... Come on, dude. Could probably try harder than that. I mean, a game like Killer Instinct does perfectly too. Every time you get a good combo going, the whole music gets more intense, but not just faster. It gets like with different melody and stuff. Or as I said, added instruments, right? You had so many examples, but no, you choose to make the music faster. Because that definitely sounds good, right? That little flame right there. Wow. Only one hit away. If it wasn't for that damn wind attack. I fucked up. I should have went for... I hesitated in the middle of the air. Honestly, making the music faster again, it's a bad idea. I mean, not only it's nerve-wracking, but even if it wasn't nerve-wracking, it just sounds bad. Like, I don't think anyone can just listen to this and be like, oh, this sounds okay, right? I mean, the original one maybe, like the one that is at normal speed, but like the speed-up version, I mean, the only kind of people that can find this appealing are Osu players. And you already know what I think about Osu players. And for those who don't know, it's basically nothing positive. Oh, it was this one, I fucked it up. I thought it was the schools. And again, one hit away from dying, that is. The Asus Array is one of the dumbest thing I've seen out there. I mean, pretty much. It really is, yes. And, you know, dumbest and not in the good way. Because if it was dumb in the good way, like if it was at least funny, you know, it will be, you know, something, right? But that place is just trash. And it really makes you, I mean, I know that Reddit, that the Osu subreddit is not the whole Osu community, right? I understand that. But it really lets you see how the Osu community is in general. It really lets you know. Like, it's a good preview of what you are expected to find in a community like the Osu community. Again, it doesn't represent the whole community, obviously. No forum represents a whole community, but it's a really good sneak peek of what you are probably gonna find. Lightning. Ah, damn it, you had to delay it like that. You had to delay it. Damn you and your delay. Oof. You almost got hit by the fire. Oh shit. That was the run. The fact that I got hit by one of those, that was so unfortunate, dude. That was so unfortunate. Imagine this for a second, Osu community is younger than fan game community. I mean, I don't think the fan game community is young at all. If anything, the fan game community is probably full of people that are in their 20s minimum. I really can't see any kid or teenager being interested in that, right? I mean, that might have been the case years ago. I don't think that's the case anymore. You will be surprised? Alright. How close are you to beat this boss? Well, I mean, you saw it already. I got close like 3 times, but I died right at the end. Because I'm not good enough, apparently. So I'm close, but you know the famous saying of so close yet so far, right? That's pretty much what's going on right now. So you can take of that what you want. I mean, again, technically I'm close, but like, it's proving to be quite a challenge. Watching fan games is nearly impossible nowadays as well. Everyone is always playing the same games, bullshit, avoidance, shooting ill, or some meme game. Where is the boss HP bar? The boss HP bar is the one below, and my bar is the one on the top left corner. So basically I basically depleted the boss bar to almost the end, but I failed right when I was about to, you know, win. I'm always hesitant to host people streaming it. Well, I mean, I don't think the streamers are that bad, right? I mean, the games might not be that impressive or anything, but I don't think people that stream those games are bad. I mean, I haven't had any bad experiences so far. Although again, I know that I haven't been there for almost, you know, any time, but still doesn't feel that bad, right? Oh, damn it. Oh, this is bad. And there is flames on both corners to make things even worse. Damn, and the flames just refuse to go away. Holy shit. It's such a shame. It's such a shame that I'm so close. Because I know I am close. But it's taking so long that it doesn't matter how close I am. Again, I wanna say that it doesn't matter how close I am. If I can beat this today, that's it. That hit me. Come on. I'm already less than half health. Okay, that has to be a restart. There's no reason for me to continue on less than half health for the second phase. That's bullshit. Damn it. Of course. Of course. There had to be two flames, one after the other, right in the middle. Of course. What's the boss name? It's Amethyst, which is basically a precious stone name. You know, that purple ore of the same name. Although there's nothing precious about this boss. The only precious thing about this boss is the fact that it's gonna make me stop playing the game, which is not a bad thing in the long run, honestly. I mean, after all, if, as I said before, right, if a boss like this is this hard and I'm not even halfway through the game, I mean, anything that awaits me from here is obviously gonna be harder. So, yeah. There is really... It's not really a bad thing that it's gonna make me stop playing the game. You know, whatever. I'm not good enough yet. That's it. That's all there is to it. Problem is that I'm gonna remember this melody, or I should say quote-unquote melody, in my nightmares. It's gonna be the melody that plays in my nightmares. Also, isn't amethyst one of the stones, like, one of the stones that is referred to as a birdstone? Because apparently every month has like a birdstone. Like a stone that represents the month and the people that were born in it. So for example, I'm pretty sure that Shun is represented by a pearl, right? So basically pearl will be like my birdstone. So I wonder if amethyst is also a birdstone. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, a quick search on Wikipedia should give me the answer. Obviously I can't do that right now, but yeah. Well, I'm not sure if that's the case with amethyst. But I think it might be. Oh, that's bad. Why can't you stay in the middle here? If it is a violet variety of quartz, the name comes from the Koine Greek, a reference to the belief that the stone is protected its owner from drunkenness. Damn. So basically, when you have an amethyst, you can pretty much drink all you want without getting drunk. Interesting. But it has to be a birdstone, right? Maybe it says it a little bit down below if it is a birdstone or not. I guess. Infinite alcohol, I know, right? I forgot to go to the center. Why did I forget about such a basic thing in this fight? Not only a basic thing, but also a thing that has always been like that. Also, I don't know if I got lucky there, but isn't that a good way to try to dodge that attack? Like the electric attack? Just get into a corner? Which is also a problem if there is fire in the corner, right? But I don't know. It worked 2 times in a row. So maybe it's gonna work again. Let's see. I mean, it's working. So maybe that will make me be able to do the electric pattern free. That will be good. Because so far I don't think I've been able to do any pattern freely. But if that's the case, although that's probably just a coincidence, because I think I tried that before and it didn't work a couple of times. Maybe it works. Let's see, here it comes again. So if I do this... Dude, it works. At least for the first wave, it completely works. Every time it seems. Well, every time so far, but... Damn, that's such a great discovery. Sadly, I found about it like 7 hours into the boss, but... How did I not find out about that before? Like, because that's the thing. I don't think... Like, I think I tried to do that once and it did not work and then I gave up. But maybe I should screw it up. I really have no clue. It really seems like a viable strategy. Maybe it changes on phase 2. No, it... Alright. Oh, fuck. Well, obviously the problem is every single other attack in the fight. But, you know, for quite some time the electric attack gave me trouble. And in fact, a lot of times, if I knew about that, it would have been perfect, right? I think the only bad thing is, again, if there is a flame in the corner, or if you are really far away from the right corner. Those two things can be a problem, but if you can sort those two things out, I think it works. Damn, that's a huge discovery. So now I only need to get lucky and actually get a lot of lightning attacks, just so I can freely complete them, right? Oh, here's the problem, right? I'm right at the opposite side of the screen. I have to travel all the way back. That's the problem. And some patterns really force you to go to the other corner of the screen, so it's not like it's my fault. But alright. If that works, that's great. I wonder if it works in the third phase. Because if it works in the third phase and she uses it 2 times, that's pretty much my ticket to the victory. Right? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. That kind of RNG is trash. Okay, more lightning. It fucking works, I can't believe it. Why did it took me 7 hours to figure that out? Like, how could I not figure something so simple before that? It would have saved me so much time. I probably would have already won by now if I knew that. Well, I mean, better late than ever, right? Unbelievable that it actually works. Now I just need to find the right run. Like a run where she spam a lot of those and I don't get hit by any other stuff. That will be the perfect run. Unbelievable. So that means that I do have a chance now to beat it today. I really need to find the right run. Because if the rest of the run is trash, it's completely useless to have a lot of lightning. Or if I get unlucky like that, where I'm at the opposite side of the screen and I need to travel all the way back. It might not be as free as I thought, but it definitely takes one variable away. That's what's important. What I need her to do is to spam less of the rock attack. It seems like she does it every time you take a long time into beating, you know. What's your character name? She's called B. I don't know why or what's trying to reference even, but that's her name. She's apparently an angel. I mean, I know that she doesn't look like an angel right now, but that's because I changed her outfit. Normally she has wings and a halo and, you know, everything, right? That makes her look like an angel. Like an actual angel. She also has completely white skin. And when I say white skin, I don't mean Caucasian. I mean literal white. Like titanium white. B, the first one. The one that you saved first, that's how it's written. Piece of trash. That sucks. Nice. Okay. So, well, I'm one hit away, so unless she does nothing but spamming the electric attack, I'm pretty much dead. Okay, I don't know. See, the thing is... No. The thing about that one, the one with the ice platforms, is that it's obviously easier than the rest, but... it's still not that easy. That fire at the corner right there. I'm just gonna jump that like that. Ooh, I almost got fucked there. Hey man, I dealt no damage. Interesting. And of course here come the rocks. Because everyone was missing the rocks. I mean, who didn't miss the rocks, right? Except for me. Oh, and this is also gonna be bad. Oh, I guess you can do it like that. So basically that electric attack is static. And I never find out about that, but it's actually static. That's interesting. Nice. Ah, damn it. That almost was really good. I fucked up. I fucked up because of that fire right there. Fucking fire. Yeah, this music is definitely going to my nightmares. I know. I know the music is trash, but... I mean, look at the bright side. Regardless of what happens, this is probably gonna be the last stream that you're hearing this, so... At least this theme in particular. There's probably worse after this, but at least not this one. I don't get it. Give me literally 20 seconds and I will be right back. And I'm back. Alright. So let's see. We actually do this. I don't know. No, I didn't need to go to the bathroom. I mean, I can go to the bathroom in 20 seconds after all. But you know. I mean, I bet you can. You don't even wash your hands anyway, so you're probably cool. It seems that regardless of the fact that I learned how to do the electric attack, seems like it's kind of useless. In the long run. Well, probably not. But like, I'm not getting any closer. I mean, it's obviously useful, but doesn't seem like I'm getting any closer because of it. Like, I expected that because of knowing that it will be easier to you know, get at least a little bit closer to doing this. But I guess I was wrong. I'm definitely failing a lot sooner too. A lot of times. But maybe it's just a coincidence. I mean, it probably is, but... Oh, and that's gonna suck. And I'm one hit away again. It's incredible. Like, I can barely get to the third phase now. But it seems that having that knowledge didn't really help as much as I expected. Damn it. Maybe the problem is that by doing that, I don't really have much time in order to damage the boss, right? Since I'm always at the corner, my chances of damaging the boss are way lower, right? Maybe that's the problem. Oh, fuck you. Well, at least I can withstand one more hit before dying, which is good. Oh shit. Dude, I can't believe it. I'm not doing it on purpose. I know that it looks like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm not. Like, I'm not dying at the last second on purpose. I really am not. And in fact, the saddest part is that it wasn't a damn electric attack. That hurts a lot. That really hurts a lot. Like, for anyone that's watching this is probably thinking, this guy is just doing it on purpose, right? Definitely not. Can't believe it. Like, it can't get much better than that. That was literally an electric attack for the last attack. So it really can get much better than that. Which is quite a shame. Oh, that sucks. Can I dodge every single one of them? Yeah. Seems like I can. Oh, and this definitely sucks. Well, I have nothing to add, by the way. I really have nothing at all to say about this. I really have not anything to say about this. At all. So I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna focus on doing this. Oh, that's right. There are 3 of them. Nice, on the other side. That's better. Having the full screen to react is really good. Nice. You couldn't catch me, bitch. Can I dodge it here? Probably not a good idea. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I'm fine. Somehow. It still hit me. And that really is another run that I can best. I got to the third phase without getting hit once. Wow, that's the first time that I get hit by those spikes, by the way. Alright. Well, I just want to say that this is getting close to an end. Same way my patience is getting close to an end. So yeah. And the worst part is that I can't even celebrate, right, when I win. Because what is to celebrate? The fact that the boss took me 9 hours when it's not even supposed to be, you know, a specifically hard boss. So even if I win, it's not like I will feel good about it. I mean, I will feel good because I wouldn't have to fight it again, but yeah. Definitely not because of the fact that I won. And again, that previous run I would have probably won if it wasn't for the fact that literally the very first pattern was the rocks. I just needed the first pattern to be anything else, but no, it was the rocks. Although I don't know if that's a good excuse, because the last pattern where I died on was the electric one, so I don't even know if I can use that as an excuse. See, the fact that I'm dying to those spikes really tells you how fed up I am from this fight. I'm really fed up of this fight. can withstand one more hit. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. So I just need to get good RNG to avoid getting the rock pattern. I just need good RNG for that. Gotta head out for the time being. Gotta have to play some stuff. Good luck on beating the boss. Thanks. Have a good one, Mation. And thanks for hanging out. Although I really can't make any promises on the boss. You know, whatever. I'm not that worried, honestly. It might be for the best to just stop playing this. At least for my health, it definitely is for the best. God. I fucked it up so bad right there. God damn it. The rocks. You just need good RNG to avoid getting hit by that garbage attack. You just need good RNG for that. It's like playing the lottery. Come on. It's just impossible to tame the wind if you're not literally in the corner, or you have an amazing gap between flames. It's just impossible to tame it. You just can't. Had to land there, damn it. Wonder if she can cast invincibility for the death attack. Probably, I mean, I don't see why she wouldn't. Other than an oversight, but I don't think there will be an oversight of that. Him. Oh, nice combination.